Have you ever felt so lost that everything around you became meaningless? Those days when your mind sinks into darkness with questions like, who am I? Why am I here, echoing without answers? Today, we will delve into a challenging, yet profoundly transformative phase in every person's life, a phase spiritual seekers refer to as the dark night of the soul. This is not ordinary pain or a simple failure. It's an intense inner crisis, like a spiritual storm that sweeps away everything you once knew and believed to be you. But is this darkness truly terrifying, or is it the very ticket that leads you to enlightenment, to a new life filled with meaning and wholeness? Join me on this journey, where suffering isn't the enemy but the teacher guiding the way.
Flow.
Part 1. What is the dark night of the soul? The dark night of the soul is a profound spiritual crisis where your beliefs, values, and sense of self are shattered. It's not just ordinary sadness or fleeting despair. It feels like being pulled into a bottomless black hole where all light and meaning in life seem to disappear. Imagine being in the middle of an ocean during a violent storm. There's no direction, no anchor, and every attempt to row feels futile. Your mind is the boat, and the relentless waves of emotions, fear, insecurity, and pain keep knocking you down. That is the dark night of the soul, chaos and despair flooding every corner of your being. The spiritual awakening journey is not a path paved with roses. To achieve enlightenment, you must break through the layers of illusions your ego has built over years. The ego, with its outdated beliefs, misplaced values, and constructed identity, acts like a mask. But to connect with your true self and discover the higher purpose of life, you must remove that mask, a process that is often excruciating. The dark night of the soul is a necessary phase to dismantle the illusions created by the ego. Without this dissolution, rebirth is impossible. It's like a snake shedding its old skin. The old layer must come off, even if the process leaves the snake vulnerable and in pain. This phase doesn't just affect your mind, but also impacts your body and spirit deeply. Emotional turmoil. You feel utterly lost. Dreams that once motivated you now seem empty. Everything you believed in, from relationships to careers and life goals, crumbles like a sandcastle swept away by the waves. Loss of connection. You feel distant not only from the external world, but also from yourself. You look in the mirror and don't recognize the person staring back. Even your closest loved ones may feel like strangers. Physical discomfort. Negative emotions like fear, anxiety, and hopelessness manifest physically, causing fatigue, insomnia, or a heaviness that feels like carrying the weight of the world. Profound isolation. This journey brings deep loneliness. You might be in a crowded room, yet feel like the only person there. This happens because your inner transformation contrasts starkly with the unchanged rhythm of the external world. Despite the pain, the dark night of the soul is not a punishment or an end. It is a purification process, a spiritual surgery necessary to remove parts of you that no longer serve your growth. Think of a forest after a wildfire. The destruction isn't the end, but nature's way of clearing the path for new life. Similarly, the dark night of the soul signals the end of an old chapter to make way for a deeper, more authentic one. In the darkness, light awaits discovery, and only by walking through the darkness can you truly appreciate the value of the light in your spiritual awakening. Part 2. Why does this darkness happen? Every soul carries a unique journey, a divine blueprint designed for growth, learning, and ultimately awakening. This journey is not random, but a carefully crafted process to help you reconnect with your true essence. However, to awaken, the soul must free itself from the ego's shackles, the layers of beliefs, prejudices, and values absorbed from society, family, and personal experiences. The dark night of the soul is, therefore, an inevitable doorway you must pass through. It's a crucial phase for breaking down old structures and paving the way for new light. Imagine your spiritual journey as climbing a towering mountain. You can't reach the summit without crossing deep, shadowy valleys. The dark night of the soul is one of these valleys. It's where you confront everything holding you back: fears, doubts, unhealed wounds, and even illusions you once considered truths. When you step into the darkness, You not only have to face the darkness of the outside world, but also the inner darkness, the deep parts of your soul that you have been avoiding or repressing. These are imperfect pieces, negative emotions, or painful forgotten memories. Darkness is not your enemy, it's your guide, forcing you to look deep within and realize that truth isn't what you've always known, but what you must discover through this journey. The dark night of the soul isn't a one-time event, but a cyclical process. Each time you emerge from a dark phase, you get closer to awakening, but the journey doesn't end there. Just as a tree needs regular pruning to grow lush and strong, you must continually release new layers of ego that form. Each dark night presents deeper challenges, expanding your capacity for endurance and understanding. Yet it's essential to remember that each time you overcome the darkness, it becomes less intimidating. As you awaken to a certain level, the darkness transforms from a nightmare into a companion. It teaches you acceptance, surrender, and ultimately, how to live in harmony with yourself. The awakening journey cannot happen without dissolution and rebirth. The dark night of the soul is like a cluttered room. You must clear it out before you can illuminate it. It helps you break illusions, outdated values, unsuitable beliefs, and toxic relationships must be discarded to live authentically. Trigger healing, deep-seated wounds surface to be acknowledged and healed. Reconnect with your essence. By letting go of what doesn't belong to you, you draw closer to your true self without masks, without fear. Remember, darkness is not a permanent state. It's a transitional phase, a necessary step back to propel you forward with greater strength. Every time you walk through the darkness, you become stronger. The pain no longer controls you, and you begin to see the value in the hurt. You learn to live with the light within you. Awakening gives you a profound awareness that darkness and light always exist side by side, and it is through darkness that light can shine. The darkness of the soul, no matter how scary, is still just part of the awakening journey. And when you walk through it, you don't just see the light, you realize that you, too, are the source of that light. Part 3. How to overcome the dark night of the soul. Accept darkness as an indispensable part. The first and most important step to overcome the darkness of the soul is acceptance. The darkness is not an enemy to be destroyed, but a part of you, a part to be seen, understood, and loved. Instead of running away, face it with openness and courage. Remind yourself, darkness does not last forever. It is just a transition period. Negative emotions do not define you. They are just signals from within to help you understand yourself better. Self-questioning and digging deep within. Soul darkness is an opportunity for you to question your true nature. Take time to ask yourself, what is causing me pain? What beliefs are holding me back? What am I holding on to that needs to be let go? This self-inquiry is not easy, as it requires you to face the deepest and sometimes most painful parts of yourself. But it is in those questions that you will find the answers to transformation. Meditation. Connect with the inner light. Meditation is one of the most powerful tools to overcome darkness. When you meditate, you not only listen to your mind, but also connect to the source of pure energy within you, where light always exists. Suggestions for practicing meditation. Breath observation meditation. Spend at least 10 to 15 minutes every day sitting still, focusing on your breathing. Let negative emotions and thoughts appear and pass without judgment. Heart connection meditation. Place your hands on your chest, close your eyes, and imagine a stream of warm light spreading from your heart to your entire body. This helps you feel loved and safe from yourself. Healing meditation. Visualize yourself standing under a waterfall of light. The water washes away all negative emotions, leaving behind calm and serenity. Write a diary. Untangle your emotions. Writing down your thoughts and feelings helps you organize your chaotic mind. Take time each day to record what you are feeling, what you are learning from the shadow period. Small goals to keep you moving forward. A diary is not only a place to let go, but also a tool for you to look back and see your own progress over time. Seek support. You don't have to face the darkness alone. Find people you trust, perhaps family, friends, or a spiritual teacher. Sometimes, just having an honest conversation can help you feel less alone and more empowered to continue. If you find it too difficult, finding professional therapists or communities that share your spiritual journey can provide great support. Practice gratitude, even in the dark. In the darkness, gratitude can be a small but powerful light. Spend every day being grateful for small but meaningful things, such as a deep breath, a delicious meal, or a moment of peace. Gratitude helps you transform energy from negative to positive, from suffering to awareness of the beauty of life. Take care of your body to nourish your spirit. During the dark phase, the body often feels tired and exhausted. Pay attention to taking care of your body, because physical health is the foundation for mental health. Eat healthy, supplement fresh and nutritious foods. Take time for gentle exercise like yoga, walking, or even dancing to release negative energy. Rest enough to give your body time to recover. Don't just focus on escape the darkness. Enjoy the journey of self-discovery that darkness brings. It is part of growth, of awareness, and of self-love. Remember, on the other side of darkness is light. And that light does not come from outside, but from within you. You are slowly moving towards awakening, a monumental journey to become your purest version of yourself. The journey through the darkness of the soul is not easy, but it is necessary. Remember, every storm will pass, and on the other side of darkness is always light. If you are going through this phase, be patient with yourself. You are not alone, and this darkness is not the end. It is the beginning of a new, deeper, more fulfilling journey. Thank you for listening to this video. If this content helps you feel comforted or empowered, please share to spread light to those in need. See you in the next videos.